It's Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. I'm glad you're back with us. Our guest is Gloria Negrete McLeod, member of the California State Senate, also a candidate for the United States Congress. I want to speak with you about the California budget. As you know, under the June budget deal, if the state did not bring in certain revenues, there'd be automatic cuts. The governor recently had to pull those triggers. Not as bad as it could have been, though. Only about $1 billion of automatic cuts. Were you pleased with that at least?
Brad, was I pleased? Of course not. Of course I was not pleased.
But better than $4 billion is what we were hearing in November.
But we knew that when we did the budget, and if the revenue did not reach the expectations, that there would be a trigger pull. Unfortunately for us, it wasn't as bad as you stated, as it could have been.
Right.
So
I want to talk about one specific area, and it's because you were on the community college board of Chaffey Community College, so you know the power of community colleges. You also recognize that with UC and CSU going up in tuition, that many students are starting at community college to save some funds. Problem is that with community colleges, they got yet another cut of $100 million pursuant to this trigger. And so are you concerned that we're seeing our community colleges tuition rising faster than even UC and CSU?
well, I don't think it's me specifically. I think it's the entire legislature that are worried about all of the community college students, because as you know, probably 72% of the people that are in higher education are in community college, or at least that was when I was a board trustee.
But what can we do? I mean, look, last year, California had the steepest spike in the nation for its community colleges, 37% spike. And that doesn't even include the $100 million that was just cut. You know, I may be preaching to the choir, but this is very serious, Senator. I mean, our children's futures are at risk if they can't even attend a community college, let alone UC or CSU.
Well, not only the community colleges, the UCs, the K through 12. So I guess then I have to ask the question, if there is not enough revenue to feed these entities,
right,
what do we do as a community, as a state community?
Well, let me ask you. As you know, there are several competing initiatives that may go on the ballot in November of 2012. And the governor's, for example, seeks to raise taxes, and those funds will be used specifically for education. I think with his, it would be public education, K-12. But that being said, there does seem to be some support for boosting funding for public schools, 64% in a recent USC poll.
Well, I read the same poll. So we have to ask then again, is that what the people are willing to do? Are they willing to say, all right, we understand that there is not revenue. We understand that all of education is being hit because of the lack of revenue. Then are we willing to vote ourselves to increase the revenue?
What do you think the voters of California will do? I mean, they have been generous in the past. In 2008, in the middle of a recession, they voted for the high-speed rail bond. Los Angeles, that's another conversation. Los Angeles County's voters have been very generous with their own bonds. What do you think?
Well, I think then the people have to judge, is this something that we really care about? Do we really feel that it has reached a critical point that we are willing then to vote for higher revenue?
Now, as part of the governor's proposal, he also is seeking to have taxes increased on the wealthiest among us. Do we need to target the wealthiest among us? What about increasing taxes on everyone?
Well, probably that may be an option. I don't know. And of course, there's been talk about taxing on services. And then it depends who you are. You know, it's everybody. Tax him,
Just not
but
me.
not me.
Okay, her name is Gloria Negrete McLeod. She's a member of the California State Senate. She's also running for the United States Congress. That election will be held in 2012. My name is Brad Pomerance. Thank you so much for staying with us on Local Edition. And now we're going to send you back to HLN.